Eurovoxxers, welcome back to another Eurovoxx video. Tonight we've had a full night of finals, semi-finals, heats, and we're going to talk about Norway's third heat and Lithuania's semi-final. But I'm joined today by Jess, Tommy, and Sandra. How are you guys?
Hey.
Hello.
Good.
Very well. I'm really
you?
good.
So Jess, tell us the news about Norway.
Yeah, so we had heat number 3 in Norway, and the heat was eventually won by Emmy, who is now in the final. And we lost, who did we lose? We lost Ole Hart, Big Daddy, and Denaya. But yeah, it was a great heat, a very strong opinion, and one of the best songs won.
Sandra, what was your impression of tonight's heat number 3?
I think it was a lot higher in quality of the songs, and also staging was also more planned with their performances, and it seems that it was quite harder to vote for the songs, because every song in this heat was quite liked, even if Emmy's song was a favorite. I quite enjoyed watching all the performances because they were enjoyable in each way.
Tommy.
Yeah, I think I agree with... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can talk.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Sandra. They were all very unique and very different and had like very elaborate staging in different ways. But it was kind of funny. It seemed like, so the 4 songs were split into 2 duels, and it did seem like the 2 maybe better songs were in the same duel. So then one got eliminated, which was Big Daddy Karsten.
I love that name.
Yeah, me too.
I do kind
Tommy.
of agree with you on...
No, go ahead, please, Jess.
I do kind of agree with Tommy in that I feel like the 2 strongest songs were singing against each other, and the 2 kind of weaker songs of this heat were against each other. If it had been split differently, we could have had maybe the 2 stronger ones making the golden jewel. Who knows?
Who decides that? Who puts the songs together to duel? Because
so it's just randomly chosen by the hosts. They just pick the names out of a bowl and then, yeah.
What a shame! We lost one great song tonight. But Tommy, which song stood out for you in the Norwegian heat number 3?
I really liked Vi er Norge because it was a really fun and happy song. Like from the start to the end, you were there, you want to cheer, you want like, I am Norway too, I want to be there and partying with them. Like, it was such a enjoyable song, and you couldn't stop smiling because he was really enjoying it on the stage. He also said that when they interviewed him, that he really had fun on stage, and you could see that. So I'm a little disappointed that he didn't go through, because I think that would have stood out in the final with that kind of song, because I think professional songs are really good and something like, but you have to have something that breaks out and give you some enjoyable to feel, especially in these times in the pandemic.
Jess, which song stood out for you?
I mean, I totally agree with Sandra. That was definitely my favourite song of tonight. It was kind of just so fun and happy and kind of put you in a good mood. And you could tell that the artist as well, Ole Hart, was just having the best time on stage. And I'm just so sad that he didn't make the final. But there is a second chance round, so fingers crossed.
Tommy, do you agree, or do you have a different favourite?
It's kind of difficult. I don't think I've been able to like identify my favorite from the 4 songs, but the song that did go through to the final, Emmy with Witchwoods, was really, really interesting. And I feel like I need to watch it back again and properly process it. It's something I've never seen in the Eurovision genre before. It was quite spooky and like kind of like Twilight vibes or horror vibes or witch vibes, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was quite interesting. I don't know if it was my favorite, but it's definitely something that I want to watch again.
So do we have a heat number 4 next week? Is that
Yes.
how it works? Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Is there anything else that stood out on heat number 3? Or shall we move to Lithuania? Go
we
ahead.
also had the automatic qualifier. Is it Catty Road, I think her name is? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Her
Who sang her
artist
song?
name is Kaya.
Kaya, that's the one.
Yeah, Kaya. Her name is Kaya.
And I
And she's like a very famous singer in Norway. Have been in like talent shows and become a big name. So I had heard her song before, and now I've seen it on stage. I was quite like questioning why it was an automatic qualifier, because I thought it wasn't that strong, but her vocals showed through, and I don't know if she can surprise or something like that, but it was nice to hear a really stand-out vocal like her.
I agree. I think she had a good song and a good vocal, but it was nothing great or amazing in my opinion. And I think compared to some of the other songs we already have in the final, like Monument by Kaino, for example, and Rainy's song, it's going to be hard for that to stand out in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's still a good kind of solid pop song anyway.
Yeah, her staging was very interesting. It kind of reminded me of Loreen from 2012, except she was wearing white clothes, and it was, yeah, very flowy and like contemporary dance style movements, which was interesting. But yeah, I also agree that I found like some of the golden tickets a bit questionable this season of MGP. But I guess when people are chosen for the golden ticket, I guess they're judging based on the studio version rather than the presented staged version that we all see at home. So yeah, it's interesting.
I think we've covered most of Norway's heat number 3, so now we can move to Lithuania. Lithuania had their semi-final tonight, and we have now 5 qualifiers that will compete in the final, which is next week, against the Roop. So we are going to get some discotheque moves next week, yes. Anyway, what did you guys think about the semi-final, Tommy? Did you get to watch some songs?
Yeah, I saw some of the performances, and I think the one that is really sticking out for me now is Gebrasi with Where'd You Want to Go? And I think actually there's potentially going to be a 2-horse race between the Roop and Gebrasi, and Gebrasi could be a winner, I think, because it's a very simple song and very understated, but very, very emotional, and I think a lot of people will connect to it, and I think it would do really well in Eurovision actually. Yeah, it feels really special, that song.
Yes, and I think this semi-final we've seen that the songs have been polished, they've been worked through, the staging it has a better staging, some of the songs have been revamped, so I'm starting to see Lithuania leveling up and getting the performances to the Roop level, because it's no secret that most Eurofans think the Roop is going to take the ticket to Rotterdam, and they have a really good song. The song has blown up massively, I think more than they even expected, so the songs are catching up now. Jess and Sandra, did you get to see any performances of Lithuania tonight?
I saw 2 performances, but then I was able to, then I put down to watch the French selection. But I agree that the quality of Lithuania's songs are elevating, and I can see that the artists are putting more and more effort to get on a higher level. And I think the quality of overall in the national final is in the selection have become a lot more enjoyable to listen. I found a few of favorites besides the Roop, and I can agree with Tommy what he said about Gebrasi. It's a really good song. But I was quite surprised that Gabrielius didn't qualify, because he had been a favorite for many times when he have competed in national final.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think one of the factors that didn't make Gabrielus qualify was that his staging was very simple, and it was just him in a white outfit slightly moving, and the rest of the contestants had managed to bring their staging up, except Gebrasi, who kept the staging very similar. I think the only thing that changed were the camera angles. There was still like the tunnel vision. I love those visuals. It just makes it so dynamic and
I think
flowy.
he doesn't need to change that. He needs to leave that the way it is, especially with the train sounds that he's mixed in with the track. It's so effective.
Mm-hmm. Jess, did you get to see any of the songs?
Yes, I did actually, and I pretty much agree with what all of you have said. I think out of the whole final lineup, the Roop definitely have the strongest song in my opinion, and the one that stands out the most. But I think if anyone was going to challenge them, it would be Gebrasi. Mm-hmm. I think he would be the one to potentially overthrow the Roop.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also like to give a shout out to Voldemort.
My favorite Voldemort.
Whatever his name is, it sounds like Voldemort. I actually really like this song. I think the song was very strong and catchy.
It's catchy.
And he was wearing a fab suit tonight as well. That sparkly jacket, I loved it.
Yes. I agree. For me, we cannot keep calling him Voldemort. Sorry. We try not to keep him
affectionately known as Voldemort. Comes from a place of love.
Yeah, Valdemar Pettersson had a really good song. I think it was my favorite performance of the night because there's such a natural charisma to that song, and it's so catchy and
Again.
right? It's like an earworm. It sticks in your brain, and it's this is the only song I got from tonight's selection in my head, because I agree that Gebrasi has a great song, but it just doesn't stick in my mind. Apart from Discotheque, that's the other one. But we're judging from the performances from tonight. The qualifiers to the final are Gebrasi, Martina with Thank You Very Much, Evita Sololo, Voldemar Pettersson, and Titas and Benas. I have to say I was quite impressed with Titas and Benas because the song grew. They added backing vocals, or they added something that made the song fuller. They got rid of the table. They were now sitting on some chests or something. So looked quite polished. Any more thoughts or opinions on Lithuania? No? So then I think we can wrap it up, and thank you guys for tuning into this video. We will be back next week with more content and more information about the national finals, semifinals, chosen songs, and much more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment beyond the video letting us know who was your favorite. Do you agree with the qualifiers? Would you have preferred other contestants to make it through the next round? And then see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.